This is going to sound like a foreign language because it is. Because it is. Yes, 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 it is. And that is okay. So you imagine going to a foreign country with a language that you hadn't ever heard about. You get off a plane, nobody is speaking your language, and everybody's speaking all this. What? That's what you've just stepped into, but that's okay. That's okay. I don't want you to get confused. I don't want you to get overwhelmed, because it was a brand new language to every one of us at once. It was a brand new language to me at once, okay? So this is why on my very first class, I break it down like this, okay? I break it down like this. Now, if you might already know this, you might not. Even if you know this, I still want you at class every single night with your notebook, with your pen, taking notes. With your notebook and your pen, taking notes, okay? We are all starting brand new, okay? So write this down in your notebook on your third page, because y'all going to get back with me with your first and second. I want y'all to write this down on your first page. What is Forex? What is Forex? Short and simple. Sometimes it's abbreviated FX, so write that down. Sometimes it's abbreviated FX. Okay, it's an acronym. It's short for foreign exchange. Okay, it is by far the largest financial market in the entire world. Okay, the largest. It sees about 6.8 trillion US dollars of trade volume on a daily basis. $6.8 trillion. You want to compare it to something like the stock market? The stock market sees about maybe 20 billion a day. Compare that. 20 billion, 6.8 trillion. What I'm going to teach you guys is how to get in this market and take as much of it as you want every single day. Every single day. Okay? Forex, write this down, is simply the trading or exchanging of different countries' currencies. Okay? Sometimes you're going to see things exchanged like energies, commodities, metals, oil. All of this falls under the umbrella of Forex. Okay? You know, there's a lot of people that participate in the Forex market and don't even realize it. You know, if you were to travel to another, say you were going on a Mexican vacation, okay? Before you go to Mexico, you've got to go to the bank and take some of your US dollars, and you've got to exchange it for Mexican pesos. So that when you get to that country, you've got their native currency to spend. Okay? You've got their native currency to spend. And then say you come back after your vacation and you've got some pesos left. You go to the bank and exchange it for US dollars. Say the rate went up. You end up with more money than you had before you left. Congratulations, guys. You just participated in the foreign exchange market. Okay? Write this down, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about the participants in the Forex market, okay? We're going to talk about the participants. At the very, very top, you've got major banks, okay? The major banks. They control most of your trade volume, okay? They do most of this electronically, okay? Then the smaller banks, okay? They come in right after that, okay? Then after that, you've got like institutional investors, you've got brokers, you've got hedge funds, okay? And then at the, just say we're making a triangle, you can draw it out. The top, the major banks. Then you've got the smaller banks. Then you have got the brokers, the hedge funds, the institutional investors at the very, very bottom of that little bitty triangle. Okay. At the very bottom of that little bitty triangle, the bottom 5%, you've got us. You have got the retail traders. Okay. Now, us retail traders, we are like the little mans on the totem pole. But I'm going to teach you how to trade like the big dogs, like the institutions, okay? Us retail traders, write this down. We can access the market through our computers, through our smartphones, through our tablets, okay? Being connected to ECN, which is just Electronic Communications Network, otherwise known as your broker. Write that down, okay? As your broker. We're going to get to your brokers later, okay? ECN, Electronic Communications Networks. All right. Now let's talk a little bit about, you do not have to have all this memorized. However, I do want you to take good notes, okay? I do want you to take good notes, guys, because the people that get off of class, let me open up my chat box. Let me open up the chat box. Okay, periodically, I'm going to stop and ask questions. Ask for questions and we will go over them, okay? But for right now, I need you taking notes, okay? We're going to talk about who trades Forex. Okay, write this down. You have got individuals. Individuals. We just talked about them. Regular people like me and you, okay? Some only do it while they're traveling. Some do it for profit, okay? The individuals, we're gonna refer to them as retail traders, and we account for a measly 5% of that $6.8 trillion a day volume. Okay. Next, guys, you've got corporations. All right. Corporations. Did you guys know that large companies quite often trade in the Forex markets? Okay, and over the last, several years, their participation has increased. We've seen a rise in like international businesses, and there's just more a widespread adoption of more open economic global policies. Okay, so it is not uncommon for a large corporation, just say in the United States, that's maybe making a deal with a company in China, for them to go on the Forex market, see what the rates are, and do their deal when they're going to get the best value for their money. Okay? Write this down, guys. Banks. We have got banks. All of the banks together, they account for more trading volume than any other entity. All right, any other entity. Do you know, guys? Do you know that when you go to the bank and you put your money in the bank, your paycheck, your savings account, whatever, when you put it in the bank, do you know that the banks take your money and they trade it on the Forex market? They make millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars off of your money every single year. And what do they give you? A half of a percent, maybe a percent. 2% if you've got a high interest bearing savings account. Come on, guys. I'm about to show you how to take your own money and make it work for you, and you keep the profits. You keep the profits. Okay? All right, write this down. You got your institutional investors, okay? This is it's a significant source. Here you've got your institutional investors like hedge fund controlled, and private investors, okay, corporational investors, they carry out a sizable portion of their portfolio in the Forex markets, okay? Next, guys, write this down. You've got governments, okay? Now, typically, the governments participate and they influence the Forex market a lot by these entities called central banks. They have an incredible influence in the Forex market, okay? They control each nation's interest rate, which directly impacts supply and demand for currency, and therefore the exchange rate. We're going to be digging deeper into that later, okay? So as you can see, guys, there is quite a bit of participants in the Forex market, okay? This is also what contributes to the incredible amount of money being traded on any given day, okay? And we're going to go a little bit more into detail. Guys, you don't have to know all this to trade. You don't. But I feel if you're going to be the best Forex trader that you can be, that you need to know all of this stuff, okay? Knowledge is power. People perish for the lack of knowledge. That's something that none of my students will have, okay? None of my students will have, okay? We're going to talk a little bit more about us, the retail traders. In the past, you know, the Forex market wasn't accessible for average individual people like us. But guys, guess what? The world is changing. The world is changing, and it is changing fast, okay? We've got globalization. We've got technology advancements. We've got economic, financial changes in society. There's just an overall shift in the way that people are living their lives today, okay? And opened up and accessed the increased popularity of Forex trading, okay? So the reason I'm teaching you all this is for you understanding the overall structure of the Forex market. It's going to substantially help you grow to learn technical analysis and begin trading, okay? I feel like the introduction of Forex is the necessary foundation for you to begin your trading journey. Does anybody have any questions for me so far? This is bothering me. I'm sorry. Does anybody have any questions for me so far? Don't be shy. Drop it in the chat. Okay. Moving right along. Okay. You may be asking, when can I trade? When can I trade Forex? Okay. All right. Write this down in big letters. Coach Misty is Central Standard Time. Coach Misty is Central Standard Time, okay? So when I tell y'all that we're having a meeting at such and such, or such and such, or such and such, it's Central Standard Time, okay? All right. This is when you can trade the Forex markets, okay? Write this down. Sunday, 4 p.m., Central Standard Time. My favorite time of the week because Forex market opens. Write this down. Monday, markets open 24/7. Tuesday, y'all write this down. Market is open 24/7. Central Standard Time. Wednesday, guys, Wednesday, Forex market is open. Forex market is open 24/7. Thursday, it's open 24/7. Friday, market closes at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Market closes at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay, Saturday, the Forex market's closed. And this is to retail traders, okay? And this is really all that we need to be concerned about because this is the only time we can trade. But in all actuality, where, you know, the little guys, that's when we can trade. For the bigger part of the triangle, it's open 24/7. 4 p.m. on Friday it closes. Okay. But really all we need to care about is when we can trade. When it opens. Yeah. So from Sunday at 4 till Friday at 4. Yeah. Okay. If you trade cryptocurrency, which we will get into, not now. Crypto is open 7 days a week to retail traders. Okay. Now, trade sessions. Write this down. Trade sessions, guys. Okay. Now, yes, the Forex market is almost always open. Almost always open. But that does not mean that we should be trading the markets at all times. Okay. Does not mean that. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about the sessions. Okay. Now remember, all of this is going to be Central Standard Time. Okay. There are 4 major sessions. 4 major trading sessions. Okay. First, you have got London session. Write this down. London session, 2 a.m. till 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. London session, 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. London session, 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. Next, we have, write this down, guys, New York session. New York session, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. New York session, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. New York session, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Next, we have Sydney, Australian market, Sydney. That is 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. Sydney, 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then last, we have the Asian session, the Tokyo session. Okay, that starts at 5 p.m. and goes to 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a breakdown of each one of these and look at the validity during each of these sessions, okay? Validity is how much volume, how much money is running through each of these sessions, okay? London session is by far the biggest session. I'm about to drop in Telegram for y'all. Followed by New York. Let me drop something in Telegram for y'all. Followed by New York. Next, we have the Tokyo session. Okay, that's the third as far as volume. And then you've got Sydney. Okay, that's the fourth. And I just dropped that for y'all in Telegram. In contrast to all the volume being pumped through London and New York, the Asian and Australian sessions, they have real low validity. So, you know, when these sessions are going on, you see a lot of what we call price consolidation. Okay? Price consolidation. That's where price is not really going up. It's where price is not really going down. Just kind of where price is just kind of going sideways. Okay? We really don't trade these markets, okay? We don't really trade these markets. And if you notice, guys, there are 4 hours where London and New York overlap. There's a lot of volume during that time. That's why I'm up with y'all every morning, really early, watching the charts for us some really good setups, okay? As retail traders, it's up to us to capitalize on these times where there's lots of volume coming through, okay? Lots of volume coming through, okay? These are like principles that you should use to help guide you when the Forex market, okay? At the end of the day, though, guys, it's all about your schedule, okay? So I plan on be having some one-on-ones with you guys. We'll talk about your schedule, okay? When will be the best time for you to trade, okay? You also need to take into consideration, you know, U.S. bank holidays. When the banks are closed, the Forex market is still open. You might not see as much volume as you would on the days that the banks were open and pumping in money, okay? Excuse me. Now, you may be asking, why should I become a Forex trader? Why? Well, the journey to become a successful Forex trader, you know, it's going to be challenging. None of you will ever be in it alone, though. Okay? Like I said at the beginning of this call, and I meant it, guys, we are family. We are family. If you're not in our chat, you will be. Okay? It is challenging. It's going to take some time. But that's why I had you write your why down on that first piece of paper. Why you're motivated to complete that journey. Okay? Why should you become a trader? Heck, money. Write that down. Money. Each individual, each one of us has our own reasoning for pursuing trading. Okay? And I look very forward to you sending me your why. Okay? But I guess kind of, you know, there's different reasoning behind, but the financial incentive is probably the most common motivator, guys. It's probably the tie that binds us all together, okay? Trading offers a solution for all types of financial desires by offering you opportunity that could simply just allow you to make an extra part-time income around your 9 to 5. Or it can even allow you to create a full-time income, which allows you the option of quitting your 9 to 5 and working from home. Who in here wants to fire their boss in 2021? Who in here wants to fire their boss? If you want to fire your boss, drop a 3 in the comments. If you want to fire your boss, go live with it on Facebook in 2021. Yes.
Never burn
Yes.
bridges.
Yes.
Never burn.
This skill of trading is going to be life-changing for every single one of you that stick with me, that show up every night, okay, that are here with me, okay? Time for change. That's a good one. It's time for a change. You could master this in 3 months. I've known people that's been at it for 10 years, but those people that's been at it 10 years has never had a coach Misty until now. Talk to them this week. They're here on this class. Okay, we're about to change your lives. Yeah, that's my shirt. Motivator, innovator, believer, teacher. It's my passion. All right. Write this down. Time freedom. Time freedom. How would you guys like to be able to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, sit down in front of your computer, put in some trades, piddle around the house, and after about 4 hours, make more money than you would have made in a week at your 9 to 5? How does that sound? You got the rest of your day to do whatever you want to do. How does that sound? You can put your trades in, take off. I do it a lot. Keep up with them on your cell phone. Time freedom. The incredible benefit from being able to call yourself a successful trader is that you can earn money anywhere in the world as long as you got Wi-Fi. You can trade from the beach while you're watching your kids play in the sand. You can trade from home while spending time with your family. You can trade in an airplane. You can trade in your car. You can trade on a yacht. I mean, as long as you don't drop your phone in the jacuzzi if you trade in the jacuzzi. But yeah, you could. Well, iPhones 11s you can. My daughter just told me today that I could get my Apple Watch wet. Hell, I didn't know that, but I ain't gonna try it. I still took it off before I got in the shower. You know, you can trade from anywhere. Write this down, guys. A lot of us won't admit it, but let's be real here. Let's be real here. Ego. Write it down. You don't want to, but it's just us here. Write it down. Ego. Yep. Let's be honest here. Lots of traders pursue trading because they want the status that goes along with being a successful trader. Okay? There's something that can be said about consistently winning trades. Okay? There's studies that show this is, and those that live trade with me in the mornings, they see it. The dopamine that goes through your body as you're winning trades, and you see your trade winning and winning and winning. I'm worse than a man at Sunday football. I am worse than a man at Sunday football. If anybody thinks they gonna sleep in this house right here, it ain't gonna be on the morning that I'm trading. Because I'm sure my neighbor's 3 streets away here. Go, go, go! I heard you talking. You did? I had to mute it out. And sorry. I can still hear you in the car. So the dopamine, that's a reason that you should trade. Okay? The dopamine, it does lead to highs in your brain, which leads to the feeling of, I hate to say it, addiction and increased passion. So there is a biological basis for this motivation, okay? Write this down, guys. You just sold me on that one. Write this down. This is very, very, very important, guys. Legacy. Legacy. There's a popular monetary theory that says if you take the money from the top 5% of the wealthiest people on earth and you disperse it to the other 95%, that money's going to make its way back in the hands of that 5%. Think about that. The idea is that wealth is accumulated and passed down during business opportunities and intellectual property through successful genealogies, okay? The skill set of trading falls into this category, okay? The skill set of trading, it falls into this category. Finna show y'all how to get this generational wealth. Okay? And hell, let's just say it. Trading is conceptually smarter. It's smarter. The whole world, it operates based on the concept of trading your time in for the exchange of money, because that's society's employment model. Okay? Trading, it works in a fundamentally different way. Okay? Allowing you to trade money for more money. Money for more money. Okay? This is the same principle, guys, that powers the world of investing. Okay? And the world of investing is essentially the golden goose of nearly all of the wealthy elite, except the Kardashians. Who knows how the hell they got famous? I know how. Well, we ain't gonna talk about that right now, okay? All right. About 12 minutes left. All right. All right. So now, hold on. I got ahead of myself. I need to check my. All right. All right. We got about 12 minutes left. I'm checking my notes. I did get one way. I get excited, especially when we've got a new class, okay? Write this down because we're about to talk about currency pairs, okay? I don't want y'all to get overwhelmed. There's over 170 different currency pairs to trade. We are going to talk about the ones we're going to be using the most, okay? Are you going to remember all these when you get off the call? No, probably not. Are you going to get off this call and go over your notes? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Are you going to come trade with Coach Misty in the morning during New York, and we're going to talk about this until it's second nature? Oh, yeah. You're going to come catch those pips with me. Are you? Are you? Okay. In the financial markets, guys, almost all assets carry an abbreviation. You may know if you've traded in any stocks, like Microsoft is MSFT. Okay. Write this down. Okay. Because we're going to see this a lot. The metal gold is abbreviated XAU. Why is it abbreviated XAU? Because in the periodic table of elements, that's the abbreviation for gold, XAU. Same principle in foreign exchange markets, okay? In the world of Forex, all the currencies are abbreviated, and you're going to need to know and understand them like the back of your hand. But before you do that, you're going to have to hear them for the first time and write them down, guys. Write them down. First, we have got the USD. USD. It's going to be the US dollar. USD. US dollar. USD. US dollar. Okay? Then we are going to have the EUR. That's the euro. EUR. Euro. EUR. The euro. Then you're going to have the CAD. That's the Canadian dollar. CAD. Canadian dollar. CAD. Canadian dollar. Then you've got the JPY, the Japanese yen. JPY. Japanese yen. YN. JPY. Japanese yen. Then you have the GBP. That's the Great British Pound. GBP. Great British Pound. GBP. Great British Pound. Then we've got the AUD. That stands for the Australian dollar. AUD. Australian dollar. AUD, Australian dollar. Then we've got CHF. CHF, that is the Swiss franc. CHF, Swiss franc. CHF, Swiss franc. Then we have got NZD, New Zealand dollar. NZD, New Zealand dollar. MXN, Mexican peso. MXN, Mexican peso. Now, if you look back at this list that you just wrote, you're going to realize that for most of these, the first two letters of the abbreviation stand for the country, and the last one for the currency that country uses, okay? It doesn't always apply like that, but for the most part, it does. The first two letters stand for the country, and the last one for the currency itself. Sometimes, as we get on in this, we're going to break these down even more into abbreviations. Like if you're talking about the US dollar against the Japanese yen, you're going to be UJ. We ain't doing that now. Okay, we ain't doing that now. We ain't there yet. But one day you will be. Okay? And as I am teaching, as I'm trading, I try to remember that y'all are not there yet. And I try to talk, make sure I'm talking in language you understand. Okay? Write this down, guys. We're going to be talking about currency pairing. Currency pairing. By its very definition. When you trade something, all you're doing, and I don't care what it is, if it's marbles on the playground, when you trade something, all you're doing, guys, is exchanging one item for another. Okay? And in Forex, typically, you're trading one currency for another. There will be times where you're trading a currency for a commodity, where you may be trading some US dollar for some oil, or some US dollar for some gold, or silver. For the most part, we'll be trading one currency for another. All right. We do not feel overwhelmed. We're about to get into something, though. As long as you take good notes, you're going to be fine. Okay? Talking about currency pairing, we have got the majors, the minors, and exotics. Okay? We're talking about currency pairing now. Okay? Write these down. On the majors, we've got 7 major pairs. Okay? We have got 7 major pairs. 1, EUR/USD. 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 Number 2, we have GBP/USD. GBP/USD. The Great Britain pound against the US dollar. 3, we have AUD/USD. AUD/USD. 3, we have the Australian dollar against the US dollar. 4, we have got NZD slash USD. NZD slash USD. The New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. Five. USD slash CHF. USD slash CHF. The US dollar against what? Type in the chat. Type in the chat. We've got the US dollar against CHF. Yeah, Swiss franc. You're right. You're right. All right. 6, we've got USD slash JPY. USD slash JPY. The US dollar, you're right, against the Japanese yen. Yes. And 7, we have got the USD slash CAD. The USD slash CAD. That is the US dollar against the Canadian dollar. Anybody have any questions for me so far? If you do, go ahead and drop it in the chat. Doesn't matter. There is no dumb question. Only the dummies that don't ask it. And if you're sitting there thinking about something or you have a question, chances are there's somebody sitting there with the same question. Okay? Out of all of these majors you just wrote down, the Euro USD is by far the most traded currency pair in the world. Okay? Out of all that $6.8 trillion, that one pair accounts up for about 30% of the trading volume. EUR USD. And then one thing, if you look at your list, you notice about these majors, what is the one thing, if you look at all of these pairs you just wrote down, what is the one thing they have in common? United States dollar. That's right. They all trade the US dollar. They're all involved the US dollar. Okay. We're going to learn more about why this encompasses so much later, but just for now, it's just important that you be able to recognize these currency pairings, okay? Now, write this down, guys. We're going to take a minute and we're going to talk about the minors. The minors. Now, the minor pairs, they take up about 15% of all that trading volume we talked about. The minors do, okay? Write this down because sometimes you're going to hear them referred to as cross pairs, okay? That's another name for minors, cross pairs. And the reason they're referred to as that is because it's their defining characteristic is that these are currency pairings that do not involve the US dollar, okay? So it could be something like, write this down, EUR JPY, the euro against the Japanese yen. You know, it could be GBP slash AUD, the Great Britain pound against the Australian dollar. It could be CHF slash NZD, the Swiss franc against the New Zealand dollar, okay? For example, like EUR JPY, it's a minor or a cross currency because it includes a significant currency, but just not the US dollar, okay? It's not the US dollar. Okay, in addition to the majors and the minors, we've got the exotics. I love the exotics, okay? We will get to that later, much later. We're not there yet, but we're going to talk a little bit about them right now, okay? The exotics is like, contributes like 5% of the trading volume. So I'm just going to give you some examples, okay? You've got the AFN. That's the Afghanistan Afghani. You've got TRY. That's the Turkish New Lira. IQD, Iraqi dinar. I love that pair. You'll find out why later. IQD, the Iraqi dinar. Oh, you've got the EGP, the Egyptian pound. Okay. That's just a few. Okay. Now you put something like USD, AFN, USD, TRY, USD, IQD, USD, EGP, okay? The defining characteristic of an exotic currency is that you have a major currency. It don't have to be the US dollar. You know, it could be any of those first 7 that we talked about, any of the majors. Okay? Paired with a currency of a developing, relatively smaller, insignificant nation economically. Okay? These currencies, as their name implies, they're not traded very often for that reason. Okay? And even though I love them, it's not recommended that you trade them, being newbies, okay? For reasons such as there's higher cost associated with trading them, okay? There's increased transaction rates. They're real low liquidity, which makes them really volatile, okay? Really volatile. All right, guys. We will pick up here tomorrow night, okay? We're going to finish the Forex basics. Hey, Tony M. Hey, Tony M. You got a question, hun? Drop it in the chat, okay? We are going to continue tomorrow night, okay? Every single one of you guys, and then like on day 3, we're going to start doing some fun stuff. We've got one more night of basics where you need to know all this stuff that you don't really need to know, but I think you need to know to be a successful trader, okay? And I want to talk to you just a little bit before we get off, okay? If you guys have not connected with me on Facebook, okay, look me up. It's Misty Ray McNally, MistyRaymcNelley, okay? Shoot me a message. This is my page, Misty Ray McNally, Coach Misty, changing lives daily, okay? I have a Telegram. We do signals during London, and I live trade with you guys every single morning. If you're not in this Telegram and you would like to be, I need you to message me so that we can get you in there, okay? It's also going to have the links for the future classes that we're going to have, okay? I'm really, really excited, and it's so funny. 40 seems to be the magic number. Every single time we restart a new class, we've got between 40 and 45 people starting, okay? And the sad fact of the matter is by the time we finish, there's probably about 15 to 18, okay? I want this for you guys. I am here for you guys. You're never alone figuring out any of this. You know, sometimes in life we just need somebody to believe in us until we can believe in ourselves. I am that person for you. Okay. I am that person. I know you're a superstar. I know you're a shining star. I know you deserve the best out of life. That's why God brought us all here together tonight. Okay. You've been looking for a way out. You've been looking for financial freedom. I am the girl to help you. Okay. And I can and I will. Okay. So homework for tonight is quite simple, guys. Just set your alarm for 8 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow night to meet me back here. Okay. Homework. Write your why on page 1. Your commitment to success on page 2. 3, connect with me on Facebook and take a picture and send it to me. Okay. Take a picture and send it to me. And simply read over your notes again. Okay. Okay, Jennifer, I've got you. Now, does anybody have any questions for me before we sign off? Does anybody have any questions? All right, guys. The homework is this, okay? Connect with me on Facebook. Page 1 is going to be write down your why. Page 2, write your commitment to success. Take a picture of it and send it to me. Okay? If you're not in my Telegram, you need to get in my Telegram. Message me. 3 is set your alarm for 8 p.m. Central Standard Time to meet me back here tomorrow night. Homework number 4 is going to be look over the notes tonight. Okay. Tomorrow night, we're going to finish up all this basic stuff. And then Wednesday night, we're going to dig into some fun stuff like setting up broker accounts and getting them connected and good stuff. And I pray and I hope to see every single one of you guys, because I do have a graduation ceremony for y'all. On the last night of class, we have a graduation ceremony, like a proud mama bear. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to get off of here and take my gummy and go to sleep so I can get up early and trade with y'all tomorrow. Okay. I love each and every one of y'all. I'm super proud of you for being here, and I will see you tomorrow night. Be blessed.